Well, now is the time to get involved with Youngevity. I'm telling you, we are so excited about this, for the benefits for everybody. Get involved. We have more tools than you know what to do with. I mean, we were talking about CDs, DVDs, books, pamphlets, online things, which I'm going to tell you about in a second. And, of course, we just got through our president, Dave Risky, and his wife, Sunshine. Youngevity just got the Humanitarian Award for this year. It's going to be an official announcement coming out here this week from the Red Cross, because we have so many volunteers on You Be the Change. Be the Change. That's our motto here for Youngevity, is Be the Change. And they became the Humanitarian of the Year award winners through Youngevity for getting smoke detectors into homes all over America. We're talking about disabled seniors, homes of little kids that didn't have smoke alarms and things, putting up thousands of these smoke alarms. And this is through Youngevity. And so the Red Cross, the International Red Cross, is making this known throughout the world that Youngevity is saving lives by getting up these smoke detectors. We're very, very excited about that. And I want to introduce you to a new tool through Youngevity. Everybody knows about Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the CD, and Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the DVD. The CDs in 9 languages, including Punjabi for India, Mandarin, and Cantonese for Chinese. It's in French, it's in Portuguese, all these different languages. And but now we want you to get what we call Vimeo, as Vimeo. There's V as in Victor, I, M as in Mary, E as in Edward, O, Vimeo.com/Youngevity. And it's got all of these sort of podcasts on there of events. Some of them are in Spanish and Russian and all these different languages. These are going all over the world. We're getting like 500,000 views a day. Youngevity is like growing like crazy, and we've got 9 more companies in the pipeline who are wanting to join us. We're so excited about this. Now, we're not chasing people anymore. They are chasing Youngevity. They want to be involved because they see we're working at the world level. We're publicly traded. I mean, think about it. You get income. You get tax benefits. You get the same tax deductions as the billionaires, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Donald Trump, and all the billionaires. And, you can be the best employee in the world, and you can't will your job to your kid. You can be the best employee this company's had for 30 years, and you can't will your job to your kids. But your Youngevity associateship, your Youngevity business, whether it's at $25 level or at the CEO level, guess what? This is a willable asset, and you can go through 1,000 generations without ever having to buy in again. It's a one-time deal. It's not like Costco's where you got to, re-up your membership every year. No. We're a one-time deal. You come in at once. You can always upgrade. You come in at the beginning level, at the associate level, and you get checks, and you can get all kinds of bonuses and things. But if you want the car bonuses and stuff, you got to come in at the CEO level. And it's exciting what's going on here. But do get on Vimeo, V as in Victor, I, M as in Mary, E-O, Vimeo.com/Youngevity, and you'll see all of these podcasts on there, things you can punch onto, and you'll see events. You'll see people getting awards. You'll see people giving their presentations internationally all over the world. You can do this from the privacy of your own home. You can do it in a movie theater. You can do it anywhere you want, and you will be able to build your Youngevity business faster than you can imagine. Now, also, if you want to get all the photos of all the stuff that's going on here around the world with Youngevity, go to photo.youngevity.com and get the photos. But I just fell in love with this, Vimeo.com/Youngevity, Vimeo.com/Youngevity. And we're putting on such great events, and we have all of these famous athletes, famous movie stars, and so forth. Partners of famous movie stars. I mean, we're talking about spouses of famous movie stars who are coming in with us now, and it's kind of interesting. Some people came in for the scrapbooking industry and just fell in love with Youngevity because we're taking their A1C hemoglobins from 16 down to 4.7 in just like 30 days. We're getting people who've been a diabetic for 30 years to be an ex-diabetic in 30 days. People who lose 2 pounds a day, they go from 423 pounds in 7 months down to 165 pounds in 3 years later, they haven't gained a half an ounce back because they stayed on the program. All this, I mean, we have tools. We have 14 books that teach about this. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't be telling you this, but we do have another entire drink line coming in. It's the third most commonly consumed beverage in the world. You know, water is number one, coffee is number two. I have Java Fit coffee, premium roast decaf, and all these flavored coffees. And now we have the third most commonly consumed beverage in the world coming in. We were so excited about this one. So I want you to get a hold of that tool, that book called Energy Crisis, and it goes into the history of all these drinks, what part of them is so good for you, okay, and why drinking coffee and tea and sports drinks like Rebound that have 100 nutrients in it. You know, Gatorade has 2, Powerade has 6, and Youngevity has 100. Rebound. Contact your Youngevity associate today. Get involved. You'll be glad you did. You'll be able to help the world, help your community, help your family, add 25 to 50 healthy years to your kids' lives. I mean, how good is this? We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, speaking of Jovolution and coffee, I've got a story here from Natural News headlined, Coffee Increases Longevity, a study from the Greeks. They say coffee increases longevity, and they noticed that the inhabitants of the Greek island, we've talked about this place before, Ikaria, and they say had an increased lifespan over most other inhabitants of other parts of the world. Researchers pondered over why that might be, and they observed the several decades of habits of consumption and activity that might separate the inhabitants of this island, Ikaria, from other parts of the world. And they say every inhabitant of the island of Ikaria started their day off with a fresh cup of coffee. And they did a study. They observed 142 individuals that inhabited the island, ages 66 to 91. And of these 142, they categorized them as low, medium, and high coffee drinkers, as well as by age, sex, height, weight, smoking habits, cardiovascular disease, and hypertension. Also taken into account for everyone that they observed. And they say, unlike most coffees, the inhabitants of the Greek island of Ikaria drink what's commonly known as Turkish coffee, imported during the days of the Ottoman Empire, also known as Greek coffee or Arab coffee due to its style of preparation. It's much lower in caffeine, only containing a moderate amount of caffeine levels compared to coffee available elsewhere in the world. And this Turkish coffee also contains higher levels of cafesol and kahweol, which are known to possess anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. And they go on to say they discovered from the study that the individuals who consumed the higher amounts of coffee in turn had better endothelial functions, which endothelial are a group of cells that work with the blood vessels. If not properly functioning, then hardening of the vessels may occur, leading to complicated symptoms, even death. They also discovered that especially amongst the higher coffee consumption people, that their blood vessels had more elasticity, the arteries maintained, thus decreasing chances of high blood pressure in the future. And the reason behind the name of the coffee is that they drank it, that it still has the grounds in it, only the first 2/3 of the coffee is realistically drank. And so there you go, Doc, drinking coffee, good for you. I know several years ago they were trying to tell us drinking coffee was bad for us.
Yeah, of course, even still today, drinking 6 pots of coffee a day probably be too much, and the diuretic effect to help you pee out a lot of the nutrients you're taking in. But 4, 5, 6 cups of coffee a day is good. It's actually a benefit. As again, you go into the book, it gives you all the statistics and years and the various cultures around the world that use coffees and things, where they come from. And again, it's called Energy Crisis, the book. And you contact your Youngevity associates, get the book Energy Crisis. It goes into the history of why America is a coffee-drinking country instead of tea, like the British and the Europeans. And it's a kind of amazing thing. And so thank you so much for that information, because it just goes along, again, with this new book coming out. And, of course, people don't realize that Youngevity owns the plantations for our Java Fit coffee in Nicaragua. We also own the roasting and packaging plants in Florida. And we're so big at doing that. Not only do we roast and package our coffees, but we roast and package coffees for other big brands and so forth, because we have the biggest facilities out there in the eastern part of the United States. And so we're in the coffee business. We're kind of like the third or fourth largest coffee company in America, and we're very, very proud of our premium roast. We're very proud of our premium roast decaf. We also have what we call Y cups, which is our version of the K cups. So you can get the big bags of the roasted beans. You can grind them up yourself. You can get the ground beans already ground up, or you can get the little Y cups, which is our name for K cups, so that you're not making a big pot of coffee and just drinking 2 servings. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Delaware. And George, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, George, you're on the air. Yes, sir.
Yes. I have an aunt in Texas. She's been dealing with your products for about 4 months so far. The last time we called, we talked about her hypersensitivity that she was having. Each time she touched something, electrical, cell phone, microwave, she'd get electrocuted, and it'd give her a burning sensation all over her body. She have migraine headaches a lot of times, and now what you do notice, when she take off her shoes, she has less sensitivity that goes on through the body. And we're trying to find out, what can we do to help resolve that. She's been on the products so related to the 90 minerals. She's also a diabetic. She's been taking the stuff for the diabetics. She cut back way on the what you call these
metformin or insulin.
Yeah. She don't have to. She cutting back on that, and also the related to the bread. I forgot what you call it right now. Make sure you don't have that stuff. What's in your bread? Gluten free. Yeah, right. She's been doing that very well, but she still has this hypersensitivity that everything she gets touches electricity, which is very irritating to her. She got they got all that rain down there, so she got to be very careful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what is your auntie weigh? Is she a big woman or small?
Well, she was also on your. I forgot to mention that she's also. She should be weighing like 230, but she's been losing weight because she also was on your weight formula.
She weighs 230. How tall a woman is she?
I'm sorry. Hold on. I got on the other phone too. Say it again, Pam. Okay, she lost 12 pounds since she been on the ASP.
Okay, I still need to know what she weighs.
How much you weigh now, Pam? She weighs 129 pounds now.
Well, 129 pounds.
I'm 229 pounds. I'm sorry.
Okay, 229. Okay, so she lost a couple of pounds. All right. Okay, Shar?
Yes?
Okay, here's a gal, weighs almost 230 pounds. She's diabetic, getting some of her symptoms from diabetes is getting better. She's able to reduce some of her medication. She's getting tingling and numbness and burning and all that kind of stuff in her periphery, in her fingers and toes and any place she touches stuff. And so what would you do for her?
Well, in addition to 2 healthy blood sugar packs, I would give her the Ultimate Daily Classic, the Niacin Plus, and the Cardio Sticks.
Very good, very good. Now hang on, George. We'll come back and I'll explain all that to you after these messages. Okay, Doug, we're going right back to Delaware and George. Okay, just to kind of finish up what Shar says, your auntie needs to make sure she's staying away from all the bad stuff. Absolutely no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten. And of course, that means no sugar because she's got that little bit of diabetes piece in there. That means no sugar, no honey, no molasses, no agave syrup, no maple syrup, no corn syrup. Absolutely none of those, even what we'd call natural sugars, can't have any of that. And no fruit juices and no fruit. She can get everything she needs from fruit, from vegetables, without the sugar piece. And then Char's exactly right. What she needs, at 230 pounds, I'd have her take 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month, 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. I'd also have her take 9 of the Sweeties a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner. That would be 3 bottles a month of the Sweeties. Make sure she's taking her fasting blood sugar before she medicates herself, and adjust her medication daily as her doctor has shown her to do as her blood sugar drops, and it will. And then for the this tingling and numbness and everything, I'd also throw in, what would you do to help rebuild the degenerative disc in her back, Shar, so we can push those vertebrae apart and take the pressure off the roots of the sciatic nerves?
Well, I give her glucogel, of course.
Perfect. Glucogel. You get an A+. So glucogel, we're talking about 15 a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. We're talking about 2 large, 240-count bottles a month. And lastly, what would you do again for the weight loss?
For weight loss, I'd give her the ASAP.
ASAP. Put a dropper full. Get 1 bottle a month of the ASAP. It's a dropper bottle. Put a dropper full, not a drop, but a dropper full under her tongue 30 minutes before each meal, and leave it absorb through her oral tissues. Don't let her drink it or swallow it, because it won't hurt her, but it won't give her the maximum benefit. Usually within 2 or 3 days, these people, she'll start losing a half pound to 2 pounds a day. And so there's, if she's not seeing any better results than she's getting, that means she's not absorbing, she's underdosing, and you got to get her off of gluten, and sugar. And then give us a call in 2 weeks. We want to know her weight. We want to know her blood sugar levels. We want to know how all this tingling, this numbness, this electrical stuff going on. Let us know how that's doing. That should go away very quickly, because these things are secondary to degenerative disc disease, and we're looking for all that to get better with these supplement programs and a change in the diet. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Oregon. And Janet, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Janet, you're on the air. Well, I guess we're going to one of those message moments now. Stick with us. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Youngevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Arkansas. And Susan, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Susan, you're on the air.
Hi, I attended the Arkansas Game and Fish meeting last week concerning the chronic wasting disease in deer and elk. They stated it was akin to the Crutchfield-Jacobs in humans, mad cow in cows, scrappy in sheep, goats and sheep. I listened to your previous discussions, but you didn't specifically mention deer and elk. And as you know, they're blaming prions and they're blaming genetics, and I'm hoping they're wrong, because the captive animals seem to not get it. Unfortunately, the government only tests for prions, not CWD. Please tell me your thoughts and a specific plan for the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. They promised they would listen to you. And by the way, Illinois government was condemning private deer farms in order to forcibly test their animals. So we need help, please.
Well, dear Susan, you've come to the right place. In the book, Epigenetics, in the book, Rare Herbs and Cures, I go into great detail here with lots of references. But the short version is this. These wasting diseases in deer and elk, just like in cattle and sheep, are not due to prions. There's never been a prion that has been transmitted by grinding up brains of mad cows, or sheep with enzootic ataxia, it's called, or human beings with Creutzfeldt-Jacobs disease, which they would put into chimpanzees and into monkeys of various types. The prions have never been transmitted by grinding them up from people ill with these diseases, animals ill with these diseases, sheep and deer diseases, and put into the healthy animals. It's never been transmitted, so it's not an infectious disease. There's a thing called Koch's postulates, and Koch's postulates, of course, say that you've got to be able to transmit the disease with something before you can say it's caused by that bug. Well, a prion is not a bug. Prion is just a crystal. It's a protein crystal caused by degenerative diseases in the brain, which is caused by a copper deficiency. It's caused by a copper deficiency, okay? And sheep was noticed in the 1860s that they had what was called enzootic ataxia in the southwestern part of Australia, which has very little or no copper in it. The primary place and location in England, the UK, where most of the mad cow disease occurs, is in dairy cattle. It's kind of interesting, in dairy cattle only, in the southern one-third of England, because there's no copper in the soil in the southern one-third of England. And what happens is the beef cattle ranchers in England are allowed to give mineral supplements to their livestock, just like we can give mineral supplements to livestock here in the United States. But dairy cattle, they don't, because they don't want these minerals coming through the milk. I mean, that's how insane they are, okay? And so enzootic ataxia is actually just mad cow disease in sheep, and is caused by a copper deficiency. Mad cow disease in cows is caused by a copper deficiency. Creutzfeldt-Jacobs disease in humans is caused by a copper deficiency. And I see maybe 2 or 3 people with Creutzfeldt-Jacobs disease a year, usually in the Amish community in the Midwest, like in places like Indiana, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, so forth, those kind of places, Illinois. And we're able to support and promote healthy brain function, healthy return to a healthy brain function with a supplement program. And we're able to do this with deer. And of course, with deer, we actually have 40-pound bags of what we call bloomin' minerals, which we give to racehorses and all kinds of stuff. But it has these minerals in it, including copper. And they have trace element salt blocks. If you put these trace element salt blocks all over, you put to feeding stations with our bloomin' minerals in it, in deer country, anywhere in the world, guess what? There will not be any mad cow disease, any wasting disease. But don't forget, they also need selenium. In cattle and sheep, it's called white muscle disease. In pigs, it's called mulberry heart disease. And in humans, it's called muscular dystrophy or cystic fibrosis or crib death. And all these things are totally preventable. If the baby or the individual survives and you diagnose it before they die, it's reversible with supplementation. So anybody who tells you that these things are genetic, anybody who tells you that these things are actually transmitted by prions, really should be put in jail because they're not speaking the truth. They're perpetuating a lie. And so basically, everybody has their own axes to grind. And of course, you're talking about people in governments who have no training in microbiology. They have no training in the Koch's postulates. They know nothing about nutritional deficiency diseases. And they're just taking the word of somebody who's driving something for their own benefit. And so I'll be happy to speak to any of these game and fish departments, any government agencies. I'll be happy to do that. I take no fees or anything for my appearances and my talks and stuff. I will give them presentations for free. I do have CDs, DVDs, books, of course, and they're in many, many languages, including Spanish and French and Portuguese and Punjabi, Mandarin, Cantonese, Japanese, Korean. So nobody can say they can't understand what I'm saying. Okay? So I hope that helps you out, Susan. But we will be able to help you. Again, I charge nothing for dealing with this stuff, and we only charge wholesale for the products. I personally make no money from the sale of any of our products, no bonuses at the end of the year, nothing. We're a publicly traded company, so you can look and see who's on the payroll, who's getting what. You'll notice I get nothing. So I'm not doing this to make a living. I'm doing this because it needs to be done. Thank you so much. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Detroit, Michigan. And Anthony, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Anthony, you're on the air.
Hey, Dr. Wallach, God bless you. Two people. I've got 2 people. The young lady, 5'10", 200 pounds, age 39. She has MS, and she said she read something that said that she's not supposed to have salt of the MS person, and she's had it since 2013, and she wants to know what to put back in her system.
Okay, do you have any idea how tall she is? Oh, you said 5'10". 5'10", yeah. Okay. Okay. Shar, this is probably something for you. So what would you give a lady who's 5'10", 200 pounds? I'd like to see her weigh 165 kind of thing. What would you do for her MS, her multiple sclerosis, which is her big problem here?
I'd give her 2 healthy brain and heart packs, and then I'd tell her, she needs to eat a lot of eggs every day, eggs and real butter, and not eat any oils and all the bad stuff. No burnt animal fat, no salad oils, no olive oil, none of that stuff. And for the weight loss, she can take the ASAP.
Okay. And what would you do? What else would you add to the 2 healthy brain and heart packs?
I'd add Synaptive for brain.
Okay, yep. I'd have her take 2 bottles of that a month. There'll be 3 of those Synaptive tablets at breakfast or at dinner time. That's got all the raw materials to actually make the one brain cell, one neuron talk to another. You're exactly right. At 200 pounds, I'd have her take maybe 8, 10, 12 eggs a day. They could be poached with a soft yolk, soft ball with a soft yolk, soft scrambled in butter, not oils or margarines. You're exactly right, and getting rid of all the bad stuff. And then hang on, Anthony. We'll get to your second question after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 95 Crusade. And Doug, let's go right back to Michigan and Anthony. Second question, Anthony.
Yes, sir. Gentleman, he's 5'10", used to be in the military, 125 pounds. He has SMA in the stomach, and he's shattered his collarbone plates. He got plates and screws in that. That's it.
Okay, tell me what SMA is.
Something dealing with the, I want to say internally, that I think he was born with this, and he's had many surgeries, I believe, and he could have died, or if they didn't do surgery on him, something, I couldn't tell you what it is, something that was very major that he could have died from, and somehow they, I don't know.
By stomach, do you mean his belly cavity, or do you mean his actual digestive stomach?
I believe it's digestive, yeah. Something digestive or heart, something like that, up in that area.
Well, there's a big difference between digestive and heart.
Okay. Digestive, I believe, yeah.
Okay. All right. So at any rate, I've never heard of the acronym SMA, so that I don't know what that means, okay? I'm sure I've heard the words, but I don't know what it means. Okay, so at any rate, and he's how old?
He didn't tell me. Young. He's probably in his late 20s, early 30s. Somewhere in that area. I see him from time to time.
All right. Well, yeah, and so I'm assuming this guy's able to eat. Is that correct, you know?
Yeah. As a child, has his own family, yeah.
Okay, so he's not being fed through a G-tube and has to live in shore or anything like that?
No. He's able to move around and do all type of things, yeah. So.
Okay. Weighs 125 pounds.
Correct.
So he's skinny, 5'10", 125 pounds. This guy's thin.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, Char, what would you do for this guy?
Well, it tells me that if he's not eating a lot of sweets, he's got a gluten intolerance because he's not able to absorb nutrients to gain the weight.
Okay. So let's go with that. So he's got to get rid of all the bad stuff, which is equally important as doing the good stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. That means absolutely no deli slices, sandwich meats, sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, pepperoni, jerky, corned beef, Spam, all that's got to go. No oils. It means no microwave popcorn, no theater popcorn, no olive oil, coconut oil, margarine, mayonnaise, salt, dressing, cooking oils. No gluten, as Char says. Absolutely no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And then what would you give him as a supplement program, Charmaine?
Well, I think I would give him a healthy digestive pack.
Okay.
Because with the enzymes and stuff in it, because he definitely needs that. And again, the answer to the salt, somebody said something about salt. You need salt no matter who you are and no matter what you got to have salt too.
Yep. Absolutely. He needs a salt to his food to taste, and he needs to... Char says one healthy digestive pack, divide up everything in half except for the ultimate enzymes. The ultimate enzymes, what he needs to do is just take start out with 2 to 3 minutes before each meal with a couple ounces of water. Everything else in that healthy digestive pack, which contains the healthy start pack, a half a dose of everything at breakfast, half a dose of everything at dinner time. The doses are written on the bottles. And let's start there. Obviously, he needs to stay away again from all the bad foods. And let's see, give me a call every couple of weeks. Let me know what his weight is. I want to know his blood pressure. Wouldn't hurt to take his blood sugar. You can go to any drugstore and get the facility so he can do his own blood sugar test in the morning before he eats. And then find out what SMA stands for. So when you call me in 2 weeks, you can give me that piece. And the fact that it wouldn't hurt to get an extra bottle of Osteo. So he can take 2 ounces a day, one at breakfast, one at dinner. One Osteo bottle will come with the healthy digestive pack. But he needs a second one because he's had a fracture. I'm assuming it was a spontaneous fracture in his collarbone. Okay. So that's what we need to do there. And let's see if we can help this guy along and find out what SMA is. And thank you, Char. Super job as usual. A lot of great testimonies and questions today. Thank you so much to Doug and Richard. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. God bless America.
Many believe that all life began in the Earth's oceans. we do know that the oceans and seas are still abundant with life and life-sustaining nutrients. Many cultures have long believed in the life-giving properties of plants and sea life harvested from the oceans. Youngevity's Ocean's Gold is a proprietary blend of seaweeds, algae, mosses, kelp, sea cucumbers, and sea minerals, as well as coenzyme Q10, calcium, and iron, all designed to help support healthy thyroid function, regular heartbeat, normal weight, mood stabilization, and hormone levels. Take advantage of life-sustaining nutrients from the Earth's oceans with Youngevity's Ocean's Gold. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Virtually every sector of the economy has slowed to a snail's pace. Huge publicly traded companies are laying off thousands of employees. Believe it or not, even the government is letting people go. However, one business industry is thriving, and that's healthcare. Pharmaceutical and health insurance companies are posting record profits in a near-depression economy. Americans are sicker than ever, and those companies are profiting like never before. You too can get involved in healthcare for just a one-time sign-up fee. Youngevity is building an army of associates dedicated to saving America. Dr. Joel Wallach has educated thousands of people on the concept of do-it-yourself healthcare. With a little education, much of what is done in a doctor's office can be done simply and safely at home. Join Youngevity and help save America. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
Many believe that all life began in the Earth's oceans. We do know that the oceans and seas are still abundant with life and life-sustaining nutrients. Many cultures have long believed in the life-giving properties of plants and sea life harvested from the oceans. Youngevity's Ocean's Gold is a proprietary blend of seaweeds, algae, mosses, kelp, sea cucumbers, and sea minerals, as well as coenzyme Q10, calcium, and iron, all designed to help support healthy thyroid function, regular heartbeat, normal weight, mood stabilization, and hormone levels. Take advantage of life-sustaining nutrients from the Earth's oceans with Youngevity's Ocean's Gold. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Virtually every sector of the economy has slowed to a snail's pace. Huge publicly traded companies are laying off thousands of employees. Believe it or not, even the government is letting people go. However, one business industry is thriving, and that's healthcare. Pharmaceutical and health insurance companies are posting record profits in a near-depression economy. Americans are sicker than ever, and those companies are profiting like never before. You too can get involved in healthcare for just a one-time sign-up fee. Youngevity is building an army of associates dedicated to saving America. Dr. Joel Wallach has educated thousands of people on the concept of do-it-yourself healthcare. With a little education, much of what is done in a doctor's office can be done simply and safely at home. Join Youngevity and help save America. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. Many believe that all life began in the Earth's oceans. We do know that the oceans and seas are still abundant with life and life-sustaining nutrients. Many cultures have long believed in the life-giving properties of plants and sea life harvested from the oceans. Youngevity's Ocean's Gold is a proprietary blend of seaweeds, algae, mosses, kelp, sea cucumbers, and sea minerals, as well as coenzyme Q10, calcium, and iron, all designed to help support healthy thyroid function, regular heartbeat, normal weight, mood stabilization, and hormone levels. Take advantage of life-sustaining nutrients from the Earth's oceans with Youngevity's Ocean's Gold. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Virtually every sector of the economy has slowed to a snail's pace. Huge publicly traded companies are laying off thousands of employees. Believe it or not, even the government is letting people go. However, one business industry is thriving, and that's healthcare. Pharmaceutical and health insurance companies are posting record profits in a near-depression economy. Americans are sicker than ever, and those companies are profiting like never before. You too can get involved in healthcare for just a one-time sign-up fee. Youngevity is building an army of associates dedicated to saving America. Dr. Joel Wallach has educated thousands of people on the concept of do-it-yourself healthcare. With a little education, much of what is done in a doctor's office can be done simply and safely at home. Join Youngevity and help save America. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.